And myself, well, many years after, it's a little bit the same story. I mean that myself, I was practicing the classical guitar. I was passionate. My teacher was Ramon de Herrera, Emilio Pujol pupil, and I was thinking about well, doing something with the guitar, teaching what we can say professional, you know. And in fact, something happened which has been a kind of nightmare. That is to say that one day I wondered what is there inside the guitar, and I put my hand in the guitar, and I discovered they were a piece of wood glued on the top and the back. And I had the crazy idea, it was in the 70s, in, well, let's say 1974, 1975, to build a guitar to know how could sound a guitar built by my hands, as my hands could be the explanation of the sound, you know. It's crazy because in fact the sound is due to the quality of the wood, to the conception, to the philosophy, not exclusively but because of the hands of the maker. And I built this guitar, which is there in my workshop. It's my personal guitar. And I decided, it took me a full year to build it, following some information I could get in books and so on. And well, in fact, I could. And when I built this guitar, I had another second crazy idea. It was, I would like to improve and to make a better guitar. And in fact, the second guitar was not as good. It was inferior. And the third was inferior again, and so, to the point I discovered, yes, it was by instinct, because I had no stress, that I don't know, but which miracle, I could have, well, divined the ideas which were working. And from this point, in fact, I decided to go on working. I stopped my study of music, and I was in the very same time studying law in order to become a barrister or lawyer, something like that. And I rented a small room in Paris, and I started, and in fact I never stopped. As simple as that. And
do you think that it helped, as far as the reputation goes? That I understand that Boucher was recommending, when he was unable to fulfill orders that he was taking, he was recommending people to Friedrich, to Daniel Friedrich. And then Daniel Friedrich did the same with you when his orders...
I think, yes, it was a great help, and in fact Robert Boucher helped me a lot in a way I'm going to explain. I met him because I had some problems in the sound of my guitar, and in fact I knew by others that he was very kind with the youth. And in fact the problem I had at this time was that my guitars, of course, were not achieved great guitars. It was the guitar number 10, 11 or 12, so naturally it was not the highest quality, you can understand. And my guitars had good volume, good basses and medium, but the trebles were not interesting. And I went to Robert Boucher, and in a conversation I told him, I have problems with the trebles. And he replied, yes, everybody has problems with trebles, that's the problem. And he said nothing. And I perfectly, immediately understood that he didn't want to lose his time to say something to somebody that couldn't by himself, but his reflection, to find a part of the solution by his ability to think to the problem. And I realized that when I built some guitars with very flexible top, I had good basses. When I built guitars with stiff tops, I had good treble. So I imagine perhaps the solution would be to build a top in which some parts are flexible and progressively to another part of the top which be stiffer. And I asked Robert Boucher for another appointment a few months later, and I asked him that, Mr. Boucher, I have an idea. I would like to ask you what you think of my idea. I think I will build a guitar which is flexible on the left part of the top, and progressively going to the very right part of the top, it would be stiffer. I don't know if I would do that by the thicknesses or by a bracing that will be progressively stiffer. But what do you think of that? And he told me, Field, because he told me, Field, it's exactly that.